invocation and then our pledge of allegiance. Dear Lord, once again we come before you with humble hearts and grateful for the opportunity to serve our constituents in the great city of Troy. Please lead us and guide us in everything we say and do and make it be pleasing in your sight. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. We'll place the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. If our clerk will note that all of our members are present, and we do not have any committee reports outside of our executive committee did meet at 3 o'clock today to discuss our agenda items, and then we went into executive session after that. But council, well, I do want to point out one thing before we get into our agenda. Our next regular scheduled meeting falls on December 25th, so we will not meet on December 25th at our duly appointed time. Council, you have the minutes before you. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? If not, is there a motion to approve? So moved. By Mr. Leach, seconded by? Second. Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Unanimously approved. Thank you. The first item of business is Resolution 2019-22, which is a bid award for utility vehicles. And Mr. Chandler, if you'll come forward, I believe this is carryover from where we tried to purchase some vehicles in the last fiscal year that kept getting rolled over. So if you'll explain to us what you got going on now.
Yes, sir. As y'all may remember, we had issues when we bid out some half-ton pickup trucks for the utility department. Based on the timing, we got caught up in the end of existing model year, and both Ford and Chevrolet were not able to supply the vehicles. So we wound up rejecting all the bids, and we sent these bids out again for these same vehicles, but new model year for 2019 vehicles. And so that's what you had the bid results there. We went through them earlier this week. There are 2 bids, one from Pike County Ford, one from Bill Jackson Chevrolet. We recommend that we go with the low bidder, which was Pike County Ford. There were a few exceptions on the Pike County Ford bid, but those, the majority of those exceptions were not negative or not detriment. They're actually exceptions that exceed specifications. Since those trucks were cheaper, we recommend that we go with the bid from Pike County Ford.
And these funds are coming from the bond money that the previous vehicles are coming from as well. Is that
yes, sir, that's correct.
Any questions for Mr. Chandler?
How many vehicles?
5. Any other questions for Mr. Chandler regarding this resolution? Comments? If not, is there a motion to approve? By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously approved. And Mayor, I apologize. I'm sure that came with your approval, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chandler.
Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2019-23, Coach Safety Memorandum of Understanding. And Mr. Smith is here to explain to us this MOU.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The Alabama legislature in the 2017-2018 session passed a bill which became a law this past November, which is known as the Coach Safely Act. And Coach Safely Act will provide education and training for all coaches, and as the law stipulates, if a game or activity is held on municipal property or state property, every coach and assistant coach in the state of Alabama must have this certification and have this training. And we have, our basketball league begins in January. We're in the process now of getting all the information to coachsafely.org, and they will implement the training online for our coaches so that they'll all be certified. And it is important to know that this is free of charge. There's no cost to the city of Troy for this certification and training. and will be over the course of the year for every sport, whether it be baseball, softball, basketball, football, or soccer. If it's a Troy Park and Recreation activity, all of our coaches will be trained. And all of the cities in Alabama that are members of the Alabama Recreation Park Association are participating and supportive of this new law and this act as well. We believe it's a great thing for not only our coaches and assistant coaches, but of course the children. We believe that the coaches will be better prepared to prevent injuries and also to identify any times that a child may have a illness. Training will include concussion protocol, heat illnesses, trauma and overuse, cardiac arrest, emergency action plan, physical conditioning, equipment usage, and more. And we're in the process of getting all this implemented locally. Tonight y'all have a memorandum of understanding that is in agreement with the City of Troy and CoachSafely.org. And Mayor Reeves and I have talked and visited about this, and we believe it's a good thing for our community.
Mayor, I'm sure this comes with your approval.
It does, and I appreciate the members of the Southeast Gas District. Their sponsorship is what is going to allow this to be at no cost to not only our city, but communities that all communities that Southeast Gas serves.
Great. Any questions or comments for Mr. Smith or the Mayor regarding the resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Ms. Baker, seconded by?
Second.
Mr. Meeks. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Our next item is the election of director to the Troy Hospital Healthcare Authority. This is one of the appointments that we need to make this evening, but this one has to be done in resolution form because of the Healthcare Authority. And this is to reappoint Ms. Brenda DuBose for another term that would end January the 22nd of 2013. Any comments, questions from the council regarding this appointment? 2023, I'm sorry, thank you. Put on glasses and still couldn't read it. If there are no other questions, comments, or corrections, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by?
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution and the appointment is approved. Thank you. Our next item is Resolution 2019-25, which is a tax abatement for Golden Nut Corporation. And Mayor, do you have any comments about this one before we do anything? Or Mr. Lunsford, would you like to, from the Economic Development Authority, come forward and explain the tax abatement?
I got additional information.
Okay, thank you.
And if you would, if I can take them backwards,
Sure.
There's two abatements. One is the correction on the 2016 expansion at Golden Moore Foods. They initially applied for an abatement in the $9.3 million range. The expansion grew, and they actually expended over 11.34. I don't have the exact number in front of me, which exceeded the 10% max that you can exceed what you requested. And this is more of just a cleaning up document, if you will. The Department of Revenue wants this to be come back before the council that you are in agreement with the fact that the expansion was actually larger than the original plan. The job creation for that expansion was 3 new salary positions and 35 hourly positions were generated by that 2016 expansion. The 2018 expansion, which is being requested tonight, is in the $3 million range, approximately $3 million, and that is to put in a new line. The new line will be a tremendous upgrade over the other lines of peanut butter operations out there, with some new packaging equipment, new things that's going to require a considerable increase in skill levels, as well as adding additional people. The first shift is all that they're projecting employees at this time, because they'll start out with one shift on that line, would be 10 new employees and 10 upgraded employees that would be moved, trained, existing employees that would be trained to go up, of course, higher salaries, et cetera, to operate that particular line. Are there any questions? Their total employment right now is about 125 people as we speak. One of the things that I'm pleased to hear is, as you know, the building and land and the expanded building out there, the warehouse building, is still owned by the ID board and leased to them, but the actual expenditures that Golden Boy has made, including all of the walls, separation, additions, equipment, etc., with this new expansion will equal about $22 million that they've invested in the community. Any questions?
Now, I'm glad you brought up the last point, because I was going to ask you to make that, put that out there, but that's wonderful news. Any questions or comments to Mr. Lunsford regarding these two resolutions? What we'll do is, the way he just explained them, we'll jump and do Resolution 2019-26 first, which is a tax abatement for Golden Nut Corporation 2016, which is amending the original. Is there a motion to approve? By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by?
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution 2019-26 is approved. And we will move back to Resolution 2019-25, which is a tax abatement for Golden Nut Corporation for 2018, which is an additional $3.2 million project. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by?
Second.
Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously approved.
I'm sorry, I was supposed to express to you, Mr. Jacobs, talked with him off and on today. He does have his top management here. They're in meetings, and Ms. Taylor had another commitment down in London tonight that she couldn't get out of, so that's the reason for that.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thank you.
Good job.
All right. Thank you, Council. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2019-27, which is an engineer services agreement with Three Notch Partners. Mr. Chandler, will you please come give us a detailed explanation of the agreement?
This is a new engineering services agreement between the city and Three Notch Partners. As all of you know, some weeks back, a month or so ago, Tim Ramsey, who's been in the CDG for a long time, did a lot of work for the city, left them and informed me that he was going out on his own to start his own company. This company is his company. He has one of the partners of their small firm at this time. So this is our standard engineering agreement. They've met all the qualifications and insurance and business license and engineering license and all that stuff. So that we'll be set up so that if we want to use them or use Tim in the future to do any new projects or anything that comes up, that we'll have everything, agreement and everything in place to be able to use them. Tim's done a lot of work for the city that y'all familiar with and knows a lot of ins and outs for the utilities, and he's also done a lot of work for other departments. So we just want to have this agreement in place in case anything that the departments or the mayor wanted to get him and his company to work on, that we would have everything in place and be ready to go. And Tim is here, by the way.
You'd like it?
Yeah, where are you? Oh.
He's here, we put him on the load.
We're going to have to character reference. Don't ask you.
Well, with a name like Three Notch Partners, we hope that we might see you in Troy, Alabama one day.
Yes, ma'am.
On Three Notch.
That is the goal for sure.
Amen. Very much. What end? Get all this out.
Mayor, I assume this comes with your approval as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
And we will go character witnesses at this point.
We obviously have a long-standing relationship with Mr. Ransom, as y'all can tell from everybody being so comfortable with each other. So, but we certainly wish Tim well and appreciate all he's done for us in the past.
Thank you very much. Obviously, it's a big day for me personally, and I'm very excited, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
One to recommend it.
Wow.
Just know that came from the other end of the room. All right.
I make a motion that we approve
I think it's
the
sufficient.
engineering services agreement as presented.
We have a motion by Ms. Baker to approve and seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, the next item on our agenda is one that we have dealt with before. and I'm giving our assistant clerk, Ms. Bryant, just a little bit of a hard time there, but appreciate all of her work in getting this corrected. But this is Resolution 2019-28, which is a tax abatement for Kenneth W. Cox Jr. And the only thing different on this amended tax abatement council is the full legal name of Mr. Cox. Instead of Kenny Cox, it says Kenneth W. Cox. So with that, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously approved. Thank you. We do have some appointments that we need to make this evening, and these will all come as a recommendation from the executive committee, and we'll, for everybody's informational purposes, we'll let everybody know who the appointments are, and I think, well, I know every one of them are reappointments. So from the executive committee to the Board of Adjustments, Mr. Perry Green for a new term, a new 3-year term. Board of Adjustments supernumerary position, Doug Kitchens for a 3-year term. The Downtown Redevelopment Authority, Mr. David Curtis for a 5-year term. The Healthcare Authority of City of Troy is Mr. Steve Flowers for a 4-year term, and Ms. Jennifer Ventress for a 4-year term. The Library Board is Martha Lynn Drinkard for 4 years and Rebecca Skiba for 4 years. The Charles Henderson Medical Clinic Board is Ms. Cheryl Harrison, reappointed to a new 5-year term, and I believe that gets them all because the Healthcare Authority was done by separate resolution. So with that, is there a motion to approve the recommendation of the Executive Committee? By Ms. Baker, seconded by Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, we have made those appointments. Mayor, and with that, we welcome your comments and reports.
I also have one appointment. I'll be reappointing Mr. Michael Precise to the Troy Housing Authority Board.
Thank you.
Just want to tell everybody Merry Christmas. I think we had a wonderful parade. I appreciate all of you being there and you know, fellowshipping with our young tree lighters, and that's always a high point, and we really appreciate that. But other than that, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you for all your service to our community this year. Really appreciate all of our employees and how hard they work. I know a lot of them will have to be away from their families over the holidays, and we appreciate what they do. And unless there are questions, that's all I have.
What's your schedule holiday?
It'll be the 24th and the 25th. So Christmas Eve and Christmas Day fall on Monday and Tuesday, and so the city will be closed on Monday and Tuesday. So Monday's garbage route will be picked up on Wednesday.
So if the government changes, so it won't change if the government gives the day after Christmas?
No, I mean we have.
No, just that.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments for the mayor? Hearing none, Mr. Jones, we welcome your comments.
Thank you, sir. I'd just like to say to everyone as we head into the holiday and Christmas season that my wish is that everyone gets all they wish for and gifts and everything else, but I hope we don't forget and just remember the reason for the season. And remember that the greatest gift that we can ever receive has already been given unto us. And I'm just asking everybody to just give the greatest gift and give love at Christmas. Every day and at Christmas.
Thank you.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to go ahead and wish Miss Moultrie and Mr. Jones happy birthday. They both of them got birthdays coming up for the end of the month. And then again, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Christmas, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Ms. Baker.
I'll echo those comments. Happy birthday to my colleagues and a very Merry Christmas to our city and our community.
Ms. Moultrie.
Well, I accept those warm wishes of birthdays, and let's not forget the concert that's going to be held on Friday. Sheila and her friends at the University of Troy. And I'm like, want to reiterate what Mr. Jones said. You know, the gift God has already given us a free gift. A gift that we don't have to pay anything for, but to believe and trust in Him. And so that's a gift that's yours for the taking. All you have to do is do what it's easy thing needs to be done. And so I want to reiterate that about Christmas and the reason for the season. And I want to thank God for all of my colleagues, even Marcus.
Especially Marcus.
Oh, especially Marcus. Let's reiterate that.
She's working hard for that hot chocolate.
There's one good thing about being last, but I won't go there. But the other thing about speaking last is I can say ditto to what my colleagues have said about Christmas, the true meaning of Christmas, and spending time with our families and with our friends. And Mayor, thank you for recognizing our employees for all that they do for us every day, but especially during the holidays when their schedules are jostled upside down and they have to spend time away, and those essential personnel that are always on duty. We thank them for keeping us safe all the time, but especially during the holidays. I will mention our tree lighters. The parade was a lot of fun. Our tree lighters were very enthusiastic this year, and I'm going to try to get me one of those sport coats that young man had on for next year. That was that is a tree lighter that has come. He came this year ready for Christmas, and I appreciate that. This was mentioned, but your Monday garbage route will be picked up on Wednesday the 26th, and Tuesday's routes will be picked up on Thursday the 27th. Is that correct, Yvonne? And then on New Year's Day, when we're closed, that Tuesday route will be picked up on Wednesday, January the 2nd. So please keep that in mind. Remember, we will not meet on December the 25th. However, there probably will be a need for us to have a special call meeting between now and January, and we will duly note that and make sure everybody's aware of it if and when we do meet. Merry Christmas to everybody, and with that, a motion to adjourn is always in order. Thank you. We'll be dismissed. Merry Christmas, everybody.